All right, let's explain a little about the reference and layers. So we had this scene before with the cup. If we want this as a reference, because if I would be in this view and I would like to manipulate only this one, so if I just select that, I have that. But if this one is also in vertex mode, I can select the background too. I don't want that. I don't want to manipulate my reference material. So I would like to have it as a reference. So if I go to object mode again, this thing should not be clickable. I can of course lock everything, but I can also just put it in a reference, in a layer. So here are the layers, right? So I can add this one into a layer. So there's 4 buttons here. One is a move up, move down in the list. One is create a layer, and one is creating a layer with the assigned or selected object. So let's do the last one. So this one now is in this layer, and I can see that because if I do visible off, it's off, and on, it's on. I can put a name, always do names. So this is my reference material for the cup. Save. All right. So, and I can make it as a reference now. So I can click on it. It's transparent. And I click again here in this box, it will be a reference. Now, if I click on it, I can't click on it anymore until I change it here and I can click on it again. So it's very handy if I want that. Also for this one, if I have something behind it in my scene, which I still want to be there, then I can add this to a layer and make that transparent. I can see through it and work with it, but it's oh no, not work with it, and not work with it. Sorry, and not work with it, but it's transparent because I'm working on some other object, and this should not be in the way, but it still be a reference for it. So this is how more or less layers work. So that's very handy. Right, let's look at history and why I said delete history. Maya is keeping track of all the actions you do. So if I have this cube and see the inputs, these are all the inputs I have. But for example, if I would do an extrude, now do one extrude here. So it says poly extrude phase 1. So if I would do that again, it would say phase 2, and it gives the information right here. So yeah, so it will take all this information, and there's more, like if you add shaders or whatever and so forth. So at one point, it is too much information to take into this whole tree of information, and then something can explode or something can go wrong. So if you have errors, please delete your history and see if the error still occurs. Otherwise, if you're done with modeling, for example, and you go to shading, delete your history. If you're done with it, if you think this is the final model, then delete your history. Same goes for animation. If you go to animation, delete your history. So now you're thinking like, okay, how can I delete my history? I can go into modify, edit, then delete, and then delete all by type, and then history. So you see the inputs on the right, they will be gone. So no inputs here, and you delete the history as a clean slate. Please remember, if you have errors, to do this.